You see that? Are you in the house? You in the house looking at, you see one little cloud in the sky? We've been waiting all winter. Oh my God, I can't wait till the weather's nice. I can't wait till, and you in the house? Come on. Get outside, get up out of it, get off the couch, get out of the bed. Let's go move. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lisa Marie, and today I'm guiding you through a grounding flow, and we are doing this outside because I remember us screaming that we were going to be outside with our girls this summer. We're going to be outside with our friends this summer, and you may still be watching this from your couch or your bed. You know it's a judgment-free zone over here. If you got to do this from the couch, you got to do this on the floor, you got to do this from your bed, go ahead and do that. But I also encourage you to get outside. It is beautiful outside. We've been waiting for this all summer. 10, 15 minutes tops. Put your feet in some grass or go ahead and get your mat, lay it out, and let's get moving. Child's pose, bringing the big toes to touch, knees go out to the edges of the mat. Take a big inhale in through the nose. And as you exhale, sink the hips back. This is a wide leg child's pose. This starts to open up the hips a little bit. Hands can go out nice and long, breathing here. Just beginning to drop into the space. We are in no rush on the inhale. Breathing in, filling the belly with breath. And on the exhale, maybe you're dropping down a little deeper into the mat. Chest goes down a little closer to the ground, forehead, armpits. Invitation to take an inhale in through the mouth, and on the exhale, open the mouth, let the tongue relax, release that tension in that jaw. Starting to wake up those shoulders a little bit. We're going to tent the hands, meaning that you raise up onto your fingertips, arms are out nice and long. Inhaling, pressing up. As you exhale, sinking the chest, the head down onto the mat. Inhale, press up. Exhale, bring it down. 2 more. Last one. Moving into threading the needle in our child's pose. Inhaling the right hand up toward the sky. Exhale, right hand comes under and across. Right ear, right shoulder drop down. Left arm can be nice and long out in front of you alongside the ear. Or option to take the back of this left hand, place it on your low back, opening up that left shoulder toward the sky. Look at those blue skies, y'all. It's some clouds now. But it's no snow, I know that. Last one. Using your left hand right out in front of you, pressing up and threading the needle with that left hand. Right arm can come out nice and long. Inhale, left arm toward the sky as you exhale, bringing that left arm under and across, left ear, left shoulder down on the mat. Option to have this right arm out nice and long, or take that right hand, bring it on the small of your back, pointing that right shoulder up toward the sky, and breathe. Lengthening that right hand out, pressing on up, moving to tabletop, meaning all fours. Hands are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. Working through our cat-cows here, starting to warm up the spine. Inhale, gazing up. Exhale, press the mat away, round the upper back. Chin comes into the chest, belly button comes in, breath comes out. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, round the upper back, chin to chest, breath comes out. Keep moving through. And last one. Meaning get a nice neutral spine, starting to warm up the shoulders a little bit. Inhale, right hand out in front of you. Exhale, open up nice and wide, bringing that right hand behind and wheeling it forward. And the last one. Setting that right hand down. Same thing on the left side. Inhaling, left hand up toward the sky. And exhaling it back. The last one, set that left hand down, kicking that right leg out to the right, like a kickstand, kind of like a bicycle, y'all. Kicking it right on out. And inhaling, gently pressing forward. Exhale, sink the hips back. Opening up the hips, the inner thighs. Last one. This time, as we inhale, bringing that right foot forward, framing it with your hands right into our low lunge here. Roll those shoulders back, chest nice and high. Find your balance, and when you're ready, inhaling those hands up toward the sky. Maybe you press into that right leg a little bit, feeling that stretch in that left thigh, left hip. Breathe here, no rush. When you're ready, exhale, open the hands out 90 degrees, nice and wide. Fingers are wide. Take up some space, y'all. Inhale and reach. Exhale and open. One more. Good. Going ahead, framing the foot again. Bringing this right leg back to meet the left, back into tabletop. Kickstanding that left leg out to the left, opening up that hip and that thigh. Inhale, gently press forward. Exhale, sink it back. Last one. Inhale, bringing it forward, bringing that left foot to frame with the hands. Once you've got your balance, chest is nice and high. Inhale, reaching on up. Maybe you sink into that left leg a little bit. Exhale, open wide. Look at that sun. There it goes. We've been waiting for this. Inhale and reach. Exhale and open. And reach. Last one. Framing that foot, bringing that left leg back to your tabletop position. Kicking that right leg out, grounding the toes into the grass. Inhale, gently press forward. Exhale, sink into that right heel. Feel that stretch in that calf, that hamstring. Inhale forward. Exhale, bring it back. One more. Bringing that right leg in, bringing that left leg out. Inhale, gently press forward. Exhale, sink into that left heel. Inhale, bringing that left leg in. Working with some hip circles here. We're starting to open up the hips. We're going to take that right leg, kick it on up toward the sky. Out to the side and bring it back in and around. Inhale, kick it up. As you exhale, you bring it out to the side and bring it down. You got it. You feel that glute burning a little bit. 2 more. Good. Go ahead. Bring it on down. Same thing with that left side. Inhale, kick that left leg up. Open it out and bring it around. Good. Setting both the legs down. We're going to make our way to a seated position. So you can just kick those legs up underneath you. Sit it on back. Lift up what you have back there. Allow it to support you. Finding ourselves in a seated position. We're going to have this right leg right out in front of us, taking the left leg and bringing it behind us into our 90-90 position. Inhaling the hands up overhead. Exhaling, twisting to the right. Right hand behind us, left hand on our thigh. Looking over that right shoulder, twisting from the center, and breathe. Gentle stretch in those hips. And when you're ready, bringing it back forward, switching out those legs. Left leg comes in front of us, right leg comes behind us in that 90-90 position, sitting up nice and tall. Inhaling the hands up overhead. Exhale, hands to the left side. Looking over that left shoulder and breathing here. Making our way right back to center, taking that left leg straightening out in front of us. Right leg can go ahead and it can go over that left thigh. Holding it in close, breathing here. Inhaling the hands up toward the sky. Exhale, twisting to the right. That left hand can come to the outside of that right thigh, pressing into it, looking over that right shoulder. Getting a good twist, getting a good stretch in that glute. Straightening out that right leg, taking that left leg, bringing it over and across that right thigh, inhaling the hands up overhead, exhaling over to the left side. The outside of that right forearm goes to the outside of that left thigh, looking over that left shoulder. Inhaling the hands back to center, bringing the bottoms of the feet together for our butterfly pose. Hands can grab onto the toes. Shoulders are rolled down and back. And as we ground, imagine that the legs are being pressed down toward the earth. Feeling that gentle opening in the hips. Inhaling, gazing on up toward that sky. Exhale, chin to chest, pressing that chin into our chest, feeling the stretch across the upper back, into the neck and the shoulders. One more deep breath. Bringing the hands down by our sides, kicking the legs up underneath us and laying it on down. Look at that sky, y'all. It's no snow. We have been in the house for months, so just some gratitude for being able to get out into nature, having nature to ground us, to make it so that we do not crash out, to make it so that we take a second for ourselves. Inhaling the knees into the chest, wrapping those arms around them, and working with some gentle circles, massaging the low back into the ground. Bring it around the other direction. dropping the left foot down onto the mat. Right ankle goes over left thigh, figure 4. Option to gently press that right thigh away from the body and breathe here. Going for a nice twist, keeping the shoulders grounded onto the mat, legs just like they are. We're turning our hips over to the left side. So on the exhale, turn all of this over to the left side. You notice how your right shoulder wants to rise up, trying to keep that right shoulder as grounded down into the mat as possible. And looking over that right shoulder for a little extra twist and breathing here. If you'd like to stay here, stay right here. Or taking the right hand, we can grab for that left foot and bringing it in toward the glute. Bringing this all back towards center, dropping the right foot down, inhaling the left knee up and bringing that left ankle across that right thigh, figure 4. Maybe gently pressing that left thigh away from the body. Going for a big stretch and twist here, keeping the shoulders grounded onto the mat, legs like they are. On the next exhale, turning the hips over to the right side this time. Option to stay right here or look over the left shoulder. Option to also take this left hand and go ahead and grab onto that right foot and breathe. Inhaling knees back to the chest, making our way to our happy baby. Option to grab for the outside of the feet or take your fingers and hook onto those big toes. Inhale, going ahead and bring those feet up toward the sky. Imagine here that your knees are pressing down toward the outside of those armpits. Option to rock back and forth. You can't really take life serious when you're a happy baby, y'all. And a happy baby is always going to ground us every time. How can you be mad right now? How can you be mad and a happy baby? Option to put a smile on your face. Feeling that sun on your skin. Hopefully, if y'all chose to do this outside. Exhale, bringing the bottoms of the feet together. Imagine that those knees are pressing out toward the sky, opening up the hips a little bit more. Shoulders stay grounded down and away from the ears. A little gratitude for our ability to move our body today. Gratitude for being outside in nature and not having to be cooped up in that house. On the exhale, straighten the legs out in front of you, getting nice and long, moving into our Shavasana. If there's any tension in the low back, you can keep the knees bent, or you can straighten the legs right on out. Lift up what you have under there, let it support you. Invitation to have the hands up, palms wide for receiving, or down, facing into the ground for grounding. Fingers spread nice and wide. Notice if there's any tension still in the body. Doing that quick body scan. Inhale, scrunching everything to the center of your face. On the exhale, open the mouth, let the tongue relax. Inhaling, bringing that awareness down through the hands, balling up the fist. Exhale, relaxing the shoulders down, releasing that tension in the hands. Bringing that energy down through the glutes. Inhale, squeezing those cheeks, lifting them up off the mat. Maybe the toes go into it. And on the exhale, everything sinks into the mat, feet fall away from one another. There's nothing else to do. Thank you for practicing with me today. Always leaving y'all with the reminder that as long as you are here, you have this body and this breath to come back to. And it is powerful, y'all. It is so powerful. Also, a reminder again that you said that you were going to be outside this summer. So be outside, get into that sunshine, get into that grass, that water, those parks, those hikes, those events. Be around loved ones. One hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Big inhale. And exhale. Option to lay here or move on with the rest of your day. But continue to carry this with you. Love y'all.